Hey ladies, and welcome back. So today I thought that I would take a few minutes to show you guys how I take care of my nails in between manicures. Most of you are aware that I use gel polish a lot, and so I am constantly using the pure acetone to remove them, and my nails have stayed very nice and healthy. So I'm just going to show you a few steps on how I ensure that that happens. First of all, we're going to soak our nails in a bowl of warm water. I put this water as warm as I can stand it before it would actually be considered hot, because the warmer that it is, the quicker it's going to loosen up and soften your cuticles. And all I've done is put in my water, regular dish detergent, one that is mild on the skin, but yet one that will dissolve grease so that it will dissolve the natural oils that can be built up on your nail beds and the surface of your nails, I mean. So we're going to do this. I set my timer for about 10 minutes, and when we get done with that, I will show you the next step. Okay, so now that our timer has gone off, it is time to proceed with our next step. Now, I like to keep my bowl handy, and I move my hands out and begin to gently push back the cuticles with my fingernails. I like to go up to just about a quarter way of the nail, because sometimes as the nail is growing, the dead skin will grow with it, and it has to be pushed back and removed. Do not do this too hard, because you can damage your fingers, you can damage your fingernails, excuse me, or you can damage your nail bed, and you don't want to do that. You just want to gently push. That's why we put it in the water, so that it would soften and loosen up. We're just going to do this to all of our fingers. Now, the reason why I like to keep my bowl close by is because sometimes if the water's not quite warm enough, or for whatever reason, they may not get quite soft enough, and then I have to just dip them back in there as I go along. So it's always good just to keep that water close by. Now, after I go through that and push them back with my fingernail, every once in a while you'll have some stubborn skin that doesn't want to move, that requires just a little added pressure. So I use one of these. It's a cuticle pusher that came inside of a manicure set. Most manicure sets will have them. You can also use an orange stick for this process. I personally don't prefer that, because orange sticks get wet and soggy, and they don't stay as hard as they need to be able to push those cuticles back. Now, the next thing that we need to do when we're taking care of our cuticles is it's always good to have a handy pair of cuticle snippers. But you don't want to overuse these, and you don't want to cut too much, because that's actually harmful for your nails instead of helpful. But if you see some part of the cuticle that was just stubborn and wouldn't come off on its own, then just go gently around and snip that off. You want to make sure that your snippers stay as sharp as possible so that you're not pulling and tugging on the skin. Okay, so now we are ready for the next step in the process. What I have here is a lemon that I have already cut in half. You want to take 1/2 of that and go ahead and kind of squeeze it so that you can get it broken up inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to gently massage this all over our nails, and we're going to allow the lemon juice to set in the skin and into the nail for about 5 minutes. Lemon juice has a lot of acid in it that will help to brighten the nails. It helps to keep them whiter, especially if you do a lot of polishing with dark polishes and they stain your nails. This will help. And it also has a lot of vitamin C in there. And how scientifically proven it is, I'm not exactly sure, but it is said that the juice can seep right through the cuticle and the nail bed, through the skin, and that it actually nourishes the nail. Now, we all know that really and truly the best thing we can do for our nails is to eat a healthy diet and to drink lots of water. Beauty comes from the inside out, but this is another added step that we can do. So we're just going to do this to all the nails. We're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so now that we have let that lemon juice sit on there, you can actually still see some of the pulp that's on there. We're not going to wash that off quite yet. Now I have a little bowl of olive oil that has been heated in the microwave for just about 10 seconds. You don't want to overheat your oil or it will scorch your skin, so be real careful when you do that. But we're just going to dip our nails into the oil, and then we're going to massage it into the skin really well. And we're going to, after we massage that in there, we're going to let that sit on the skin for just about 5 more minutes. Give it time to seep down in there to nourish those cuticle beds the way that they need to. And once you do that, then you can wash it off and you will be ready to file if you need to file, to trim if you need to trim. And if all of that is already set and you're happy with the shape and the texture of your nails, then you will be able to go ahead and start straight in with your new polished design. So just massage this into the skin, wait for about 5 minutes, and you're good to go. So thank you so much for tuning in to this simple at-home manicure. We'll see you next time.